Hi, this is Toby. Today we're going to do a little Tonglen meditation, the taking and giving for our own selves, our own suffering selves. So go ahead and take a seat or lie down, get somewhere comfortable, maybe on a cushion or even a chair. And let's just get right into it. So go ahead and we don't need to do anything just yet. We're just going to start by paying attention to the breath. Bring full focus, full attention, full awareness to the breath today. Without any judgment or any expectations. Very gradually, you might start to smooth out the breath. It might feel good to take a couple little bit deeper breaths in and out. You may even like to take a deep inhale through the nose and exhale, sigh it out the mouth. And you might like to do that one more time. Deep inhale and just release on your exhale. And soon you might discover your breath is getting a little bit more lengthened, a little bit more deepened, a little bit more full. And as you start to relax the breath, you might discover that a little tension in your body starts to relax, releasing your forehead, the jaw, the shoulders, releasing the weight of the world off your shoulders, letting your heart soften, the belly can soften, and even the pelvis all the way down the hips and the legs, the toes. And soon you might discover with each inhale, you breathe in a little bit of calm, and on each exhale, you breathe out any hidden tension that might be hidden in the body. And now let's begin to bring our awareness to the heart center. So for this Tonglen meditation, we'll have the image of either the jewel in the lotus at the heart center or the diamond in the rose. The diamond in the rose might have more Western connotations, but we'll see what comes up. So in just a moment, not yet, but in just a moment, we'll start to envision that flower at your heart center. And this is going to represent our compassion. So we'll start now to envision whatever that flower is. Go ahead and see it unfurling, representing your innate compassion at your heart center. And try to get all the senses involved. What would this flower feel like? Is it got like the velvety petals? Does it have maybe a scent of the rose or a flower? See it, feel it. Does it even make a sound or a vibration? What color is it for you today? Try to really see or feel, or maybe it just feels like a color for you or a feeling. that feeling of compassion, even more than loving kindness, the oomph behind the loving kindness, that compassion. You have this at your heart center. So now in the very center of that flower, the lotus, the rose, whatever comes up for you, at the very center, start to envision the most clear, beautiful jewel, maybe the diamond at the center of your rose or flower. Now, this diamond is perfectly reflecting. This represents your innate wisdom, the wisdom within your compassion. So, in the Tibetan Buddhist tradition, this wisdom may be considered the wisdom of karma and emptiness. The wisdom of karma and emptiness. So, that idea that what we experience in life is coming from us, not at us. It's coming from how we've seen ourselves acting in the past. That whole idea that our irritating person, aka our super secret angel, might be a little bit of a reflection of ourselves. There might be something in them that we don't like, that we see in ourselves. So, just that idea of our wisdom within our compassion. So go ahead and accept your wisdom at the center of your compassion, the jewel in the lotus, the diamond in the rose. And we're just going to keep that at the heart center. All right, and now let's go ahead and envision our highest, holiest teacher that comes to sit in front of us, maybe just a little bit higher. And envision, maybe it's like just first their silhouette, and we start to fill it in with their features. And this could be Jesus or the Buddha or someone you know. It might be an energy or an animal being, it might even be a pet. Someone alive or who has passed on, your highest, holiest teacher at this time. And just start to fill in those details. And they come and sit in front of you, and envision yourself bowing to them 3 times, thanking them for coming to hang out with you during this meditation. And of course, they smile and they know that they also appreciate you being here, and then they float away. All right. So next, you're going to envision your suffering self to come sit in front of you. So I'm going to just refer to this as your suffering self during this meditation. So now go ahead and envision yourself, any of your troubles, any of your suffering, as your suffering self sitting in front of you, your meditating self. And start to envision any of this suffering through the suffering self, through the suffering self's body as a dark swirling smoke. Any troubles, any sorrows, any sadness or anger, just envision that as your dark swirling smoke. So on your next 3 breaths, draw that smoke into a little seed at the heart of the suffering self. So go ahead and take those 3 breaths, making the suffering smaller and smaller at the heart center of the suffering self. On your third or last breath, just start to envision that it's all going to get contained in a little seed coat. I like to envision like an apple seed coat, but it might show up as something a little different for you. Whatever kind of seed, it's all going to be contained. And in just a moment, we're going to draw this suffering seed out of the suffering heart center, up and out of the nose of the suffering self. It's going to come and rest right in front of you. And not just yet, but after, then we're going to take that into your heart center. It's going to come up through your nose, go down a tube to your heart, and hit that diamond in the rose, the wisdom within the compassion, and then we'll exhale and shoot it out to the ends of the universe. All right? All right, so let's do that. Take that inhale to draw the seed out of their nose. It comes to rest in front of you. And you have so much compassion, so much wisdom that you would take that suffering, but we're not going to hold on to it. We're going to shoot it out to the ends of the universe. So go ahead now and take that inhale, draw the seed up through your nose to the heart center, and exhale it out. See it go far into the distance to the very black of the end of the universe. And I like to envision that it explodes like a firework or an exploding star. So go ahead and take a couple more breaths to make sure that you're not holding on to any of that dark, any of that suffering. Go ahead and exhale out as much as you can, as much as you need to. And now come back to your seated self and send your formerly suffering self now, send him or her a blessing. Send them a blessing for peace, for calm, for love. Just send them a blessing. And see how they are happy and free. See how they feel now, which is how you feel now. So send them that blessing and let them go on their way. You can see the formerly suffering self fade off, happy and free, into the distance. And then let's come back to your current self and invite that highest, holiest teacher to come back. And of course they come back, and see them shrink down to about the size of your thumb. And we're just going to set them on the top of your head, and they're going to see what you see. They're going to go about your day with you. Of course, they agreed to do this. And then we're going to shrink them and their beautiful energy down even more. All their good qualities, they're going to come down through the crown of your head, all the way down a tube to rest at your heart center. So go ahead and see that, envision them, feel that energy come down to your heart center, where they're going to stay with you. They're going to give you your support, the love, the blessings that you need. And see how this feels at the heart center. And now let's take a few breaths. You can keep breathing and stay here as long as you like, or return back into your present moment. Maybe bring a little movements back. And thank you for sharing your meditation practice with me. The divine joy and light in me honors, reflects, and bows to the very same divine joy and light that dwells in you. Namaste. And if you'd like to keep seeing more of these videos, go ahead and give me a like, a subscribe, a comment, all that good stuff here on YouTube. Thank you. Bye-bye.